What's going on, guys? Digidesdan here, and I am back. I can finally get back to collecting. I can get back to making videos for everyone. I do want to give a huge shout out to my buddy John Riggs from Rigged Games. He sent over a bunch of you to my channel, and a lot of you subscribed, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoy my videos, and hopefully this is one that you'll enjoy as well. What better way to come back than to do a pickup video for you? First, let's get started with some SRGE pickups. Seattle Retro Gaming, I know it's a little bit late. Everyone's done theirs already, but I haven't really showcased it unless you follow me on Instagram. Starting off, I was able to pick up a few things from my new friend, Castlemania Games. So, Castlemania Games, awesome guy. You know, I've been talking with him back and forth. But I finally got to meet him in person. He's actually pretty local to me. Got these Parappa the Rapper plushies from Stubbins. So this one's the orange beanie one. This one's the red beanie one. So apparently there's an exclusive between one of these. I don't know which one it is. I do like Parappa, so I figured I'd add these to my collection and I show him a little bit more love. The next thing from SRGE is also from Castlemania Games. You probably recognize these from John's channel. Some 1-up cards. So I usually just typically use, you know, cotton swabs to clean my games, or an eraser of some sort. I'm sure you've seen, maybe you've seen some of my other videos. But I've been wanting to try out these 1-up cards. And since I met Castlemania Games in person, I figured I'd pick some up at his booth and give them a try. So I'm excited about these. Next find is kind of a small one, nothing too special. It's a Nemesis on Game Boy. So I've been slowly building my Game Boy collection, and I've been on a Gradius kick. And this is a game that's part of the Gradius series. I hadn't heard of it until I actually went to the convention and saw it. And you know, I figured for $5 I'd pick it up. Next find from SRGE is Akuma Joe Dracula X. This is Castlevania Rondo of Blood. It is essentially a reproduction of a PC Engine CD of Castlevania Rondo of Blood, which was a Japanese-only game. We didn't get it in the US. We did get Castlevania Dracula X, which was a Super Nintendo port. I played that game. I loved it. I've been wanting to play Rondo of Blood, but I don't have a PC Engine CD or TurboGrafx CD. And I can't find Rondo of Blood for under like $250 or something. It's kind of ridiculous. With the English translation, for the cost that I got this at, it would be worth it to pick it up just in case I found a good deal on a TurboGrafx CD system. Moving on to some awesome thrifting finds. My fiance found this one, oversized Donkey Kong plush. So this one's great here. This one is from 2003, so early 2000s. They only wanted $2.99 for it. So if you can see his tag on the butt there, he is covered in a little bit of, you know, dog hair, but nothing a little bit of a lint roller can't fix. All right, some more Nintendo memorabilia. We found this Super Mario Bros. Sound effects keychain. It was $3. It was hanging in the toy section. It's from 2007, but it's got 6 buttons, 6 different sound effects. I'll play it over here because it's kind of loud. Yeah, I'm just super excited to see this and find it and pick it up. I'm all about Nintendo memorabilia. This is one that I don't normally see or don't hear too much about, so $3, had to pick it up. Alright, you guys are probably waiting for some games. We did find some games also at Value Village. It's been crazy. I swear to you, that's not the only store we shop at, but it has been good to us recently. We were able to find some PlayStation stuff. So we have Breath of Fire 3 right there. This was $19.99. It's a little on the pricey side, but that's okay. It's complete. Also, along the Breath of Fire series, we have Breath of Fire 4. Got this one for a bit cheaper, $12.99, so that's a better deal there. This one's in better shape. It's got the original PS1 case. Also, the disc is in great shape. We have Gundam Battle Assault 2, which is a fun Gundam battle game, or fighting game, I should say, if you're into like Gundam or anime. If you like those Dragon Ball Z fighting games, then you might like Gundam Battle Assault 2. Made by Bandai. This one was $10. And usually I don't pick up things unless they're, you know, a pretty good deal. You know, I try to avoid eBay prices as much as I can, mostly because budgeting is so important. You know, if I didn't, then I'd be broke. Next game, we have Mega Man X4. This is probably the worst condition out of the games. Case is pretty cracked up. The manual is pretty worn. Looks like they've been, you know, reading it a good amount. This one was $10 as well. Not a bad find, especially since we don't find Mega Man X games too often, at least in my area. So we have Mega Man X5. This one was also $10. Again, not hugely fantastic deals, but they're about half the cost of what they're going for. We have the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. So this is a PlayStation 2 game. It has a few games on it, or two of them. It has Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and then Hyper Street Fighter 2. So it's great because I don't have Street Fighter Third Strike yet, so this is going to be my way of accessing that game without breaking the bank. This was $7 or $8. I wasn't kidding when I said that Value Village really was generous to us, just because we found all this great stuff. We found plushies, we found that sound effect keychain, those games, just a great overall haul from Value Village. So super excited about that. But that's not the crowning jewel of this video. We were able to find lots of other things outside of the thrift store, mostly because of members of the community or on sites like Offerup or Craigslist. So the first thing I want to show you is this insane Gameboy Bundle that my fiance was able to track down and negotiate with, and we ended up meeting this guy who had an awesome set of Game Boy games and systems for us. So I just want to show you some of the games that we got. We have NASCAR. You know, some of these games aren't too fascinating, but you know, there's a good amount of them. We have Roger Clemens RBI Baseball, or MVP Baseball, Solar Striker, F1 Race, and I'll try to go through these as quickly as I can. Monster Truck Wars, just because there's so many of them. Bo Jackson. So this one's a football and a baseball game, since Bo Jackson played both baseball and football. Micro Machines. We have soccer, international soccer. And then All-Star Challenge, basketball game. We also have The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. And the cool thing about this is it's not for resale on the back. Demo game on sticker, property of Nintendo. We have Wario Blast featuring Bomberman, Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat 2. Copies of Kirby's Dream Land. And then 2 copies of Killer Instinct. Judging by the condition that these games are in, and essentially the source in some of these other games that I'm going to show you later, I can definitely tell that he had some family member work at Nintendo. We have Pokemon Red, Pokemon Silver. Can't go wrong with Pokemon games. Pokemon Yellow. And a lot of these are actually in... These games are a lot better shape than some of the ones that I have, so these will be used as label replacements. We have Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Crystal. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories for Game Boy Color. 2 Zelda games, the Oracle games for Game Boy Color. Oracle Ages and Oracle Seasons. We have the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. It's a lot of games. Pokemon Pinball, which I didn't have. This is one that I'm super excited for. Super excited to play. Try out that Rumble. I've never played a Game Boy game with Rumble yet. And we have some Game Boy Advance games. Another big old stack. We have F-Zero, Maximum Velocity. Frogger's Adventure. RX. Super Hornet. Yu-Gi-Oh! Eternal Duelist Soul. Midway's Greatest Hits. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Greatest Arcade Hits. Another Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. The Sacred Cards. Lego Star Wars 2. Can't go wrong with Lego Star Wars games. They're all fantastic and fun. We have Rayman Advance. Duel Masters. Iridion 3D. I think that's how you pronounce it. Iridion. Star Wars Episode 2. Clone Wars. Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. So this guy really liked his Star Wars and Yu-Gi-Oh games. We have Mario Kart Super Circuit. F-Zero GP Legend. So this one's different from the other F-Zero game I showed you. I think this one's a little bit more of an RPG. Gradius Galaxies, which I'm excited for. I didn't know this game existed, but since I'm on a Gradius kick, I was really happy to see this in the bundle. The classic NES series, Super Mario Bros. And then Metroid Zero Mission. Excited about this one. I've been looking for this one for a while, so it's nice to have this in the bundle. And then we have 4 more games in the bundle, which I'm even more excited for. I'm going to take them out of the case here. And all of this came from one person, which is incredible. So these 4, are not for resale cards. So we have Mario Tennis, not for resale, for Game Boy Color. We have Pokemon Silver, not for resale. Pokemon Gold, not for resale. And then Kirby's Block Ball, not for resale. So this game was actually the first game that caught my eye when he posted it up in the listing. I saw this little white bar right there, and I was like, that's not supposed to be there. And like, I think that's a not for resale. Turned out it was. We contacted him, and he was like, yeah, I got a bunch of other stuff too. And I was like, yeah, we'll take it all. I forgot to mention he gave us some systems too. So he gave us this black DMG, the original Game Boy. It's missing the bezel, but that's okay. And this Game Boy Advance SP. It's AGS 001, so no backlit screen. But it did come with these cool Pelican accessories. Like link cable, some lights. And then he also included this Nintendo Game Boy 4-player adapter. So tons of good stuff in this bundle. Super nice guy. You know, he was willing to hold it for us, and we were able to get it all for about 170 bucks. It's a little bit pricey, but considering how many great titles are in this bundle, I figured it was well worth it. You know, a lot of these were games I didn't have. These were games that I needed label upgrades for, and games that I was super excited to have. You know, you don't find not for resale in the wild too often, and it's always cool to see things like that. You know, kind of preserve a piece of history. It's also a cool thing he threw in. Came with this bag here. It's a carrying case, but it's a Nintendo Power carrying case, made by Case Logic. There's nothing special about it, except for the fact that Nintendo Power is printed on top of it. Moving on, we still got more things. It's incredible. It's one heck of a pickup video to get back into it. Alright, so the next game I want to show you is actually something I picked up off of eBay. I know I mentioned earlier I don't really like eBay, just because I try to keep myself on a budget, but there was an auction for this game. I've been looking for it for a long time, and I happened to find it for a very good price, and I ended up winning the auction, and I lucked out big time. So the game is Castlevania Legacy of Darkness for Nintendo 64. And might stick out like a sore thumb, but you might notice the Property of Blockbuster sticker right across the label. For those of you who do not know, I love rental stickers. So if there is a Property of Blockbuster sticker on it, you know, something about it just gets me going. I've been looking for this game for a really long time for a reasonable price. It typically hovers around 50 to 60 in a lot of local game stores and eBay. But due to the condition of it, a lot of people won't want to pay that much. I ended up getting this cart for about $25, which is a fantastic price. It's right within my budget. I don't ever recall coming across Legacy of Darkness for that cheap. Alright, the next couple games, huge thank you to my friend Chris. His name's Urban Dragon on Instagram. Urban Dragon 81, I believe, or 61. One of those numbers. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can check him out for sure. So he was a vendor at Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and he had 2 extra passes, and he happened to give it to me and my fiance to get in for free. As a thank you, we decided to help him out at the booth because he was the only one running it. And you know, he's a human. He needs to eat. He needs to take breaks, that sort of thing. And we jumped in whenever he needed, just so he could get, you know, those breaks and kind of cool off a bit, because it was a very busy expo this year. But either way, I told him some games I was looking for, and I told him to let me know if he ever came across them and that sort of thing. We can work out trades. And being the nice guy that he is absolutely incredible. He contacts me, you know, not too long after the expo, and he says that he found the games that I've been looking for, and he bought them for me. He just said, yeah, I picked them up for you. I'm like, okay, well, how much did they cost? I'll pay you back, that sort of thing. Or if you're looking for anything in trade, I'd happily trade you for it. He's like, no, man, don't worry about it. This is on me. This is to thank you for helping me at the booth. This blew my mind. The games are, you're probably dying to know, Super Dodgeball on NES. This game is actually made by Technos Japan, same people that made River City Ransom, Nintendo World Cup. Super Spike V-Ball, super fun sports game. If you're not into sports games, this is one that you should definitely check out. It's very unconventional, since, you know, there's not a lot of dodgeball games out there, but super fun to play with friends and against friends. So that's one of them. The other one is Power Punch 2. So this is also another NES game. I've already put them in protective cases just because I'm very meticulous like that. This was supposed to be Mike Tyson's Punch-Out 2. Some sort of space-themed Punch-Out. But due to licensing issues and some, I don't know, some bad rap around Mike Tyson, they decided to change the name to Power Punch 2 and name the character you play Mark Tyler instead of Mike Tyson. If you like Punch-Out, you should definitely check out this game. I think it's a lot more challenging, so if you're an expert at Punch-Out, then you should definitely give Power Punch 2 a try to you know, relive that challenge from that game. So super excited about that. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Urban Dragon 81. Again, you can check out his Instagram profile in the description below. I'll leave a link there. And yeah, we got those 2 games, and then we're up with the last game. We're up to the last game. This is fantastic. I know it's been long. Thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Last game, Creon Conquest. This is also an NES game. It's been a fantastic few weeks, mostly because with all these games, like Castlevania, Power Punch 2, Dodgeball, Creon Conquest, it's rounding up my collection. I'm getting to that point where I'm only finding less and less titles that I do actually want for my collection and that I need for my collection, especially when it comes to NES, SNES, N64, that sort of thing. And this was one of them. So this one was actually picked up from my local game store. They got it in. They wanted $80 for it, but since I'm a member, I get 10% off. And what I did was I took a lot of my duplicates and extra things, extra accessories, and I took them in, and I traded them in for some credit. I ended up getting $90 in credit for a bunch of, you know, duplicate stuff that I couldn't get rid of essentially in trade. Nobody wanted it. And I was able to get $90 to cover this, and I'm super excited now to add this somewhat uncommon game to my collection. So if you haven't played it, it's kind of like a Mega Man clone. It's almost exactly like Mega Man, even down to the artwork or the sprite work in the game. The only difference is you start out with all 5 different power-ups or something. So you can use any power-up that you want throughout the level to progress through it and make it to the boss. So if you do like Mega Man, I highly recommend trying out Creon Conquest. And that's it. Wow, was that a pickup video? I don't think I've ever had so many games in one pickup video before. And again, I appreciate John Riggs giving me a shout out. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you for making my channel grow. it was a great thing to come back to making videos. You know, it was something I really enjoy, and with all of this support, it's something that is going to motivate me to continue making videos for you. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next one.